I often use a Fude nib pen, a pen with a bent nib when I go out sketching. But I bought this Pilot Parallel pen ages ago and haven't used it yet. So I'm going to give it a try today. And I've also got this new QOR mini palette that I haven't used before. And apparently the paints are really highly pigmented and really bright. So I thought I'll try them both out today. So I found myself in Woodbridge. It's absolutely beautiful today. It's the second week of November and I don't even really need a coat on. There's so many lovely little streets. It's a question of finding somewhere quiet and colourful, because I want to try out those new paints. Lots of narrow little streets to explore. This looks like the ideal view, but today is Remembrance Sunday and there's still quite a lot of people about, so there's nowhere to sit. So I'll carry on exploring for now, but I may come back here a bit later when it's quietened down a bit. I think I found the perfect spot. Lots of colour here and somewhere to sit. I've decided I'm going to do this little group of 4 shops here that ends with Woodbridge violins. Because I want to make sure I fit it all on the page, I am going to just make some faint marks with pencil. So I've noticed that my highest point is the roof above those 3 points. Okay, so I've got my very rough shapes marked out, so hopefully I've allowed enough room. It's actually quite a complex scene. The more I look at it, the more I see. My sketches don't normally take that long, but I might be here till dark. The Pilot Parallel pen has a nib made of parallel stainless steel plates, and it comes in 6 sizes, and the one I'm using is 1.5mm, the red one. So it's really handy for these really big beams like this. I'm not sure I'm going to use it for the whole thing. Let's see how it goes. I've got to be really careful not to smudge this. This pen really is perfect for old beams. I find it quite hard to hold to do the detailed bit. So I think what I'm going to do is draw in the big bold lines with it and then just use my regular Fude nib. Yep. I'm going to swap to the Fude nib for the more detailed part because I want to carry on working on this side so I don't smudge everything. You can see that is really wet. I don't know if you can see the reflection there, but that bit is so wet. So just be really careful. Just draw in a couple of these chairs, not going to draw them all in. I've made that shop slightly too narrow, but I'm not bothered. I'm trying to just get the gist of it. It hasn't got to be perfect. I'm not counting the windows and things. It's a nice wobbly roof anyway, so you don't have to worry about straight lines. Sometimes it's a case of deciding what to put in and what to leave out because there's a lot here. If you're sitting at home doing it from a photo, you probably put everything in, but sometimes time's a bit of a constraint. He's put all the chairs away now, so I can't really draw any more in anyway. Likewise, I'm not going to put that tree in because it's winter and it's got no leaves on it, I can see behind it and I want to focus on the buildings. If it was middle of summer and I couldn't see beyond it, I'd put it in. So it's just making decisions along the way. So I've just switched back to the parallel pen to do this big roof line here. This big thick black line. A bit tricky going over the middle of the page. And while I've got it out, I might as well put in the thick black line of this building here. And I'll use it to colour these bits in. These black bits here. It's unfortunate that that triangle is right on my centre spine. A bit tricky, but never mind. So I'm quite enjoying the pen, but I wouldn't try using it for any detail. I've seen other sketchers use it for the whole thing, and I think if you've got a very loose style, it looks brilliant. I think mine would just look like a mess if I try. I've got to decide whether to put that car in or just make it up. I might just pretend there's some flowers there. There's lots of flowers on the other window, so I might use some artistic license there rather than draw in the car. So that bit's sort of divided in three. I wish I could see behind that car. So I've just completely made it up and just put some flowers there. So it's coming on quite nicely, I think. Again, there's a car behind there, so kind of making it up. I think it's just a brick wall. Hair on it. So I'm quite pleased with that. I think I've got in enough detail. Maybe I'll just extend that curb down a little. It's very tempting to put that next building in. Just put a few more tiles on the roof to break up that big expanse. A couple of chimneys. And there's one more lamppost that I'm going to put in. Back to this pen for that. Look, you can see that is so wet. It's surprising when you look at the size of the nib. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave the sketch there. Let's have some fun with the paint now. So I brought with me a collapsible silicone camping cup for the water. I'm using an Skoda size 12 travel brush. I'll just leave that there so I can see what colours are like. And I think I'll start with this yellow building here. It's probably the lightest. It's a lovely bright lemon yellow. And as always, I'm not worrying about going up to the lines, and I'm not worrying about going over the lines. I'm just painting it very loosely. Oh dear. That wasn't very clever, was it? The next colour, I'm going to go for that very light blue. I'm going to water it down very much. Oh no. Quick, quick. Disaster. Note to self, the parallel pen takes a long time to dry. Right, we'll come back to that bit then. These are very nice colours. I like this palette. And while we've got a green there, we'll put some in with these flowers here. And these imaginary flowers behind the car. So next, I'm going to try and get that lovely colour of that violin shop. And actually, I'm going to use this magenta that comes with it. It's not exactly the same colour, but it's pretty close. And anyway, artistic license. I think these were definitely the right colours to bring with me today, and I found the perfect scene, one of the two. I'm going to try and blot that black ink. I can't wait all day for it. I think it's dry. Oh, it's a shame about that bit, but never mind. It adds character. Now I want some sort of mucky brown, so I'm just going to mix everything together. that roof in. I've managed to make a grey, so I've got something for my shadow. This is quite dark in here. Okay, so there's the finished sketch. What's the verdict then? Well, the pen I really liked for the thick stuff. I wouldn't be able to use it for detail. I also have to remember how wet the ink is and give it longer to dry. The paints I really like. I missed having a Payne's grey. I missed having a grey ready on hand that I could just add a little blue to. I mean, there's more shadow here that I'd normally put in, but I can't be bothered to mix any more grey. Apart from that, I really liked them. And that's just my laziness. I'm just used to having Payne's grey on hand, and therefore probably made me a little bit lazy. Because look here, like these windows, I would normally make these things much darker, so I don't think I've got as much definition. I've got more definition with the ink because I've used this parallel pen, but I haven't got as much definition with my shadows and my windows because it's all gone a bit of a mucky, greeny, bluey colour. Nothing that a bit of Payne's grey wouldn't fix though. But all in all, I'm very happy with it. Just so we can see what is behind the car, and it was plants. Thanks for watching and happy sketching.